Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to paint this watercolor peony flower arrangement. I'm using my size 14 round watercolor brush. I picked this one because I want my painting to be on the looser side, and a larger brush is perfect to get that loose watercolor floral look. The paints I'm using are the Prima marketing ink tins in Tropical and Decadent pies. I love these paints. They are awesome if you want a really vibrant color, but then the paints can easily be watered down for a softer look. I'm also using my favorite watercolor paper, which is the Fabriano cold press paper. If you want to learn more about any of the supplies I'm using here, just check out the links in the description down below. Now when you're painting peonies, you want to have all of your petals going back toward the center. And I know it sounds like, well, duh. Of course you want all the petals going back to the center, but if you think about a peony, it kind of has a ball in the center and then all the petals kind of flow out from there. So that's what I like to think about when I'm painting my peony, is that there's like a ball in the center. That's why my petals are kind of curved like a twisted upside down teardrop shape. And I'm just going around and adding more petals, adding a little bit of dimension by adding some darker color just to the edges and just letting the watercolor do its job and create some really nice flow. Now I'm going to let that dry and move on to my next peony. Now in this peony you can kind of see a little bit more what I mean about imagining like a ball or a sphere in the center of your petals. Peonies are really ruffly too. If you look at them like on Pinterest or just on Google, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Some people say peonies, I say peonies. I've heard it's where you're from, or how you grew up saying it. I think both ways are correct though, so if you say peonies and I say peonies, we can still be friends. Now this one down on the bottom is really light. I apologize, it's kind of hard to see, but the same principle still applies. I'm imagining that ball in the center, and then what I do is create petals that go around that ball in the upper half, and then the bottom half, the petals kind of come out and around. Alright, now I'm going back into this peony and just adding a little bit of color where I feel like it needs it. I've decided that the light in this painting is going to be coming from the other side. So the side that I am on of the painting is going to be where the darker colors are. Now I usually work in groups of 3, but for some reason I was really enjoying painting these peonies and I ended up with 4 for this video. And I know it doesn't look like much right now, but stay with me. I'm just going in and adding just a tiny hint of detail as my paint dries. Now I've added some stems here on the bottom. And I'm just paying attention to how the flower is facing, and that's how I know where the stem is going to go. Going and adding leaves where I feel like it needs them, working in that group of 3 that I normally do. If you've ever looked at a peony, you will notice the leaves are a little bit longer and pointier depending on the variety, so that's how I'm trying to paint these leaves. And now I'm mixing a brighter yellow color to go in the center of my peonies. I'm just staying mindful of which way the peonies on my painting are facing. So on some of them you're going to see the entire center, and on others you'll just see a part of it. So now you can kind of see that peony come to life right there as I'm adding the darker color. Just going back over some of these leaves just because the painting needs a little bit more contrast. And there you have it. If you have any questions or if you have any flowers that you would like me to paint next, please leave a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe if you're new here and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more. For free guides and other goodies, head over to snowberrydesignco.com and sign up for my newsletter. Thanks again for watching. Bye!